Use words and language that sort of embody what your brand's all about. And these types of words and language should be resonating with your dream client. So make your copy short, sweet, and fun.
You're listening to Thrive by Design, business, marketing, and lifestyle strategies for your jewelry brand to flourish and thrive. Let's get started.
Welcome to the Thrive by Design podcast. Hey there, I'm Tracy Matthews, the Chief Visionary Officer over at Flourish and Thrive Academy. And I am thrilled to be here today bringing you episode number 89. And I can't believe that we're already on episode 89. Episode 100 is going to be right around the corner, which is super exciting for me because I can't believe how long we've been podcasting and how awesome this podcast has been. We've gotten such great feedback for the podcast, and I'm really excited to bring it to you every single week, of course. So today, I wanted to talk about simple strategy to sell via email marketing. I'm really excited to bring you this topic because a lot of you, let's say you're probably intimidated a little bit by creating an email marketing strategy. Email marketing feels weird to you. You don't know what to write. You're not really sure how to approach it. So today, you're in luck. And I wanted to bring you, if you haven't noticed, I try to time episodes in alignment with other things that we're doing over here at Flourish and Thrive Academy. So it makes perfect sense that this episode is landing right as we're launching our 5-day jewelry promo challenge. Pretty Little Profits, the 5-day jewelry promotion challenge. I'm really excited about this free challenge. Robin and I are always trying to bring a lot of awesome free content to the jewelry community for jewelry designers, jewelry makers, jewelers, other people in the jewelry industry, because if you have a jewelry brand, pretty much almost everything that we teach here, you hear is relevant, I should say. So if you haven't signed up for our free challenge, Pretty Little Profits, the 5-day jewelry promo challenge, please do. You can check that out over at flourishthriveacademy.com/promo challenge. That's flourishthriveacademy.com/promo challenge. I'm doing a concerted effort to try and speak more slowly, and I realized I just spoke that last URL so quickly. So don't worry, we're going to have it over at the show notes anyway, so you can click that link over on the show notes, sign up right there on that blog post, and you are good to go. So we're super excited to host you and cannot wait for this challenge to start. And it's completely designed to help you build, market, and launch a stunning jewelry promotion. Whether it's your first promotion or you've been doing jewelry promotions for a while, this is a great opportunity for you to sort of take a look at the breakdown of how you can do it successfully so you're not rushing at the last minute and trying to slap an idea together and get it off. And we wanted to sort of position these podcast episodes and this challenge right before Mother's Day, because for a lot of jewelry designers, Mother's Day is a really important time to generate sales, because we have, a lot of women are in general are mothers, right? So, a lot of women buy jewelry, and Mother's Day is a great time to promote your brand. So this is a great time to hook up with some of those dads out there, or just get the word out there so that your moms are kind of hinting to their husbands or their kids what they want for Mother's Day. So it's a great opportunity for you to get in front of some of those dream clients and sell more jewelry. And we want to support you in that. And we want to make this super actionable. So we've just created a couple of bite-sized lessons to make it really easy for you to take action and get your promotion in motion. That just rhymed, and I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, so let's dive in. Today's episode is really about creating a simple strategy for email marketing so that your next promotion is really successful. So there's a couple of email marketing basics that I wanted to go through. So you need a list of emails to actually send people to. That's assuming that you have a list. Episode number 87, if you haven't checked it out yet, make sure that you head back on over to episode 87. It's completely about building your email list and getting this all set up. So this assumes that you have an email list. Even if your email list is 5 people, this is a great opportunity for you to get started and understand what it is that you need to be doing in order to create a better email marketing strategy. So the next step, email marketing basics number 2, is that ideally you are using an email marketing platform like MailChimp, Aweber, ConvertKit, or Klaviyo. I'm probably going to be moving over to Klaviyo for my jewelry business once I get my e-commerce site set up. because I've heard amazing things about it and the functionality. It's a little bit more expensive than some of the other ones, but if you really want to master this e-commerce game, it's a great tool for you to use for abandoned cart sequences and all that sort of stuff. So it's an awesome email marketing system. I'm not an affiliate for Klaviyo, at least not at this moment. So I just heard great things about it. So I wanted to share that with you. Okay, so email marketing basics number 3 is that you have a jewelry business and you want to run a promotion for a holiday. So these are sort of the foundations of things that you need to consider. You need a list to send emails to. You need an email marketing platform where you can email through, like a program. And you need to have a jewelry business, and you actually have to want to run a promotion. So those are the assumptions here that we're making, right? So remember, you don't have to have a big list. The most important thing, and I heard this from my mentor, Marie Forleo, back in the day, is it's not the size of your list that matters. It's the quality of your list. So even if you only have 5 or 10 people on your email list and it's your best friends and your mom, if they're opening your emails, then you're good to go. At least to start. We all have to start somewhere, so don't get discouraged. This is a great place to start. So one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of designers make when they're starting an email marketing strategy is they don't email enough or segment out their list. So listen to that again. They don't email enough or segment out their list. So this is really important. So let's talk about the frequency of email first. Now, a lot of us are trying to have a successful promotion, but we don't want to bug our list and actually send them emails. Well, there's a little bit of a problem there. Obviously, you don't want to be spammy and send them emails every single day. But I want to give you an example, a brand that I absolutely love, that they send emails almost every day, and I open almost every single one of them. It's a brand called Journal here in New York City. They have a couple of retail stores here in New York, but they also have a really huge e-commerce business. Journal is a lingerie store, but I buy my intimates. I won't get too in detail there from the store. It's like one of my favorite lingerie stores. They have really great brands and I love what they offer. So I'm on their email list and I get emails from them probably every day. And at a certain point, I thought it was annoying, but I noticed that almost every single day I open up their emails and I am overwhelmed by emails. But for some reason, this brand, I'm like a super fan. I shop there regularly when, it's time to refresh my wardrobe in that arena. And I've also purchased things from their e-commerce store. So they do things like use catchy headlines and feature new products. And they're always thinking outside of the box about how they can reach you as one of their dream clients. So I swear, I think that they have some serious segmenting or targeting going on in their emails, because I used to not get emails every day. And it could be very true that they've increased the frequency of the emails that they're sending to their entire list. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're segmenting based on the amount of times that people open the email. Because think about it, if I'm opening emails every day, they probably think, oh, well, I'm going to stay if I keep opening the emails. And if I click through on maybe once a week on an email that's in there on a story that they're featuring, then that means that I have a better chance to buy. And they know that I'm staying top of mind, or their brand is staying top of mind to me. And the next time I want to buy lingerie, I'm going to go to them. I swear that I even think that they're tracking the colors of lingerie that I like to buy. I know this is sounding like pretty crazy, but this is where you can get super advanced with segmenting. I don't want you to worry about that now. But for instance, I bought like a gray bra and panty set. Sorry, guys, if you're listening to this is a little bit intimate, but girls, you get it. I bought a gray panty set a while ago and I keep getting emails with gray lingerie. It's crazy. I feel like they're just like, oh, well, she likes gray. We track her history. She's bought 3 gray sets over the last 3 years or 4 years whenever she started shopping with us. So we're going to keep feeding her emails with gray panty sets, whatever. So think about it that way. I mean, that's pretty advanced targeting. It's probably using a pretty advanced targeting email list segmentation opportunity, but you can do things really simply. And I'm going to walk you through that later on how you can segment your list to inspire more clicks, more opens, and to get more people to buy. So the first step, it was really about emailing enough. So you don't have to email every day, but if you're running a promotion, you want to email more than you think you should email. So if you think about how many people open an email, average open rates are about 25% if you have a responsive list. Now with email deliverability issues, that number has gone down for a lot of people. So it's not surprising if your open rate is a little bit less, because a lot of people might not necessarily be getting your emails. So that's another thing to think about. But also, like, how many emails do you get a day and how many do you miss? Like, I miss a ton. I get like 300 emails probably a day across both of my email accounts, or my several email accounts, I should say. And I don't read half of the ones that go to my Gmail address because that's just for like shopping. And my other email addresses that I actually have to pay attention to, I'm only looking for the ones that I need to open. So I miss a lot of emails. And if I'm getting 100 emails in a day, I'm skimming through the unread emails to see what are the important ones that I actually have to open. So think about it that way. Like, you're not bugging people. They've chosen to be on your list. Yes, you might get more unsubscribes when people leave. But remember what Marie told me all that time ago. It's not the size of your list. It's the quality of your list. So the people who unsubscribe don't really want to be there anyway. So don't take it personally. It's not a big deal. Now, the next step is about a little bit more about segmenting your list. And this is about understanding how you can categorize people based on what they're interested in. So I talked a little bit about like more advanced segmentation, like on the colors or the types of purchases that they bought. But there's different ways that you can segment people on your list. You can segment them by location. If you're doing like in-person events and you've hosted trunk shows or whatever, when you're building your email list for those trunk shows and people are signing up to get reminders of them, that's a great way to segment based on area. You can segment based on the amount of times that they open an email, and you can segment based on the things that they're clicking around on. So you can, let's say you have a link in an email and it's asking them a question or getting them a call to action to something. You can create little tags in your email system that notices, like, if someone's clicking mostly on earrings in an email, you can tag them as like an earring lover or something like that, so that you can deliver them specific emails based on that. Now, once again, we're not going to get into detailed segmenting at this moment in time, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about simple strategy that can really make your email promotion better. And it's going to require frequency and basic segmenting, nothing too crazy. All right, so let's talk about step one. You need to create the offer and make sure that you have good pictures. So on last week's episode number 88, I talked about how to create a marketing plan for your jewelry promotion. And in that, I talked about creating the offer, right? Because that's really the most important piece of the puzzle. So you want to make sure that you have an offer and that you have pictures taken of that offer. So your offer can be, just to recap, if you haven't listened to the episode, make sure that you go back. I'll make sure that I link it in the show notes here. But you want to make sure that you're creating like maybe a bundle of things, maybe a special collection launch for whatever holiday or promotion that you're doing. You could offer a discount. That's not my favorite. I prefer for you to bundle items together for a valued price rather than saying it's discounted, like X, Y, and Z off. It's just like the bundle. You can show the value that they're getting and that if they buy it together, they're actually saving money, but I wouldn't call it a discount. I would call it like a special gift set or something like that. You can also do a gift with purchase. There's a lot of ideas that I talked about. So come up with your offer and think about that. Take good photos, decide if you're going to have it, packaged in a gift box or something like that, because all those things should be incorporated in the photograph. Step number 2 is to decide on how many emails you'll send. So let's say you're doing a 3-week promotion for something like Mother's Day. You might want to send 2 a week for the first 2 weeks, and then maybe 3 or 4 a week with increasing urgency leading up to the holidays. So for instance, if you're going to do like 3 weeks out from Mother's Day, you could send, let's say, 2 emails a week for the first 2 weeks. So, but then when you get to crunch time, when you're like last day for shipping or whatever, you want to make sure that you're sending out more emails. So maybe like 3 to 4 that week. Talking about your offer, maybe positioning different angles, maybe giving them deadlines, creating a sense of urgency, like Mother's Day is coming up. Don't be a loser and forget to buy your wife something, or don't miss out. These products are almost gone. Or you could even do something. I love this idea. I was working with a designer in our mastermind about this a while ago last year. And you could even have some sort of functionality in your email. You can probably find a plugin or an app where they can share this with their husband or friend and do like a wish list type of thing. So there's a couple ways you can do this. That they could click one button and they could forward your email newsletter to whoever might be buying them the product. But you could also do something where it's a little bit more sly, like give them a hint and then respond to this email and I'll actually reach out to him for you. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do that. So if you want to give them a hint, like they can click on a button or just hit respond to the email, and whoever is receiving the email, if they like your product, can say, hey, look, I would love for you to reach out to my husband, give him the hint that I really want this piece of jewelry. And then you can take action from there and like really get the ball in your court so that you're making the sale. Just a little idea, a little ninja tip right there to do it. So that's like sort of for a long game promotion. For shorter promotion, you might have fewer emails. So if you're doing like a 2-day sale or a 1-week promotion, you can send 2 to 3 emails. So one, like if you're doing let's just use the example of a 2-day promotion. So let's say you're going to send 3 emails in total. You'd send 1 email the first day and then 2 emails on the final day at different times. So you could send one like earlier in the day and one later at the day, like this offer is expiring. Make sure you grab it now. We only have 3 left or whatever. And we're going to talk a little bit more about segmenting later and how you can do this. So you can actually tag people as hot leads and send them more emails, or you can target the people who didn't actually open your email. So there's a lot of ways to do it. All right. So step 2 is to create graphics for your emails. And these graphics can also be used dual purpose. You can use them on social media or other things, or you can create versions of it for different types of content marketing, which we're going to talk about in next week's episode. So get excited about that. So you should be able to clearly communicate what the offer is and why or how to buy it in those graphics. Why to buy it and how to buy it. So the graphic can be really simple. Like it can have the bundle with a few words on it. And then you could have a fun call to action. You could do something basic like shop now, or you could do something more fun like, yes, I'm in, or give me the goods, or something like that. Think fun copywriting, which I'm going to talk about momentarily. So step number 3 is to write the actual copy. So your email might be primarily graphic driven, and that's great. You can do something that actually fits on mobile and works with that diameter and create just a graphic, more like an infographic style, or you can create a smaller graphic and have some copy and text. So it's really important to write an amazing headline because that's what gets people to open. And if you haven't listened to it yet, make sure that you listen to episode number 58, How to Spark Ideas for Subject Lines That Sparkle, with Laura Belgray. So a headline or a subject line is what is going to get someone to actually open your email. That's one of the most important things that you can do to get people going. So focus on the headline, make the copy short, sweet, fun, playful. Think about, a good way to start is to think about 3 words that you want your brand to sort of emulate. Like, are you a fun brand that's like super kitschy? Are you a more spiritual brand? Like, use words and language that sort of embody what your brand's all about. And these types of words and language should be resonating with your dream client. So make your copy short, sweet, and fun. Really important. Step number 4 is to make sure that you have a clear call to action. So make sure that when someone is reading your newsletter, that they know what to do next when you're sending the emails out. So that call to action button could actually be on the graphic. Your graphic could click directly to the offer on your website. You could do a couple different things in your email marketing strategy, like maybe a blog roundup. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about content marketing ideas to give you ideas about what to put in your email and to use for other content next week. But you can point them to a blog post that then takes them to buy. In a lot of cases, we'd want to try like multiple strategies to try and get people to buy. But when you're really trying to get someone to purchase straight from an email, you probably want to drive them straight to the piece on the site or some sort of board where they can see a look inspired by multiple pieces and then they can shop the look, that sort of thing. And let's see, step number 5 is to set up the email. So you can do this as you go, but if you're prepared in advance, you can really adjust your offer depending on what people are drawn to. So that's really important. You can also this is where the segmenting comes in, tracking links in the email to segment people who actually opened your email and who clicked. So you aren't emailing everyone every single time. So I'm going to give you email strategy for a 5-day promotion right here that you can sort of think about and mull over as we're doing this. So let's assume 5 emails. So day 1, you'll want to send this before the offer goes live. This is an anticipation email that gets them excited for the launch that's happening tomorrow. So you maybe want to send this like a day or 2 before to get them excited about the offer. You can even have a strong call to action button teasing the offer and saying, click here if you want to be one of the first ones in. So this works really well with different kinds of promotions, especially in a time-sensitive promotion or a limited edition offer promotion. So let's say you're doing a 2-day promotion. We're not talking about that here since this is a 5-day promotion, but you can create this anticipation on the upfront side of it and get them to click on some link to show that they're interested so that they can be the first to buy. And then you can actually give those people early access to purchase before everyone else. So you want to also track those leads who open the email, who click on any buttons as opens and hot leads. Most email services will track the opens and clicks, but you want to make sure that you're tagging them in some sort of way on your back end if you potentially could. Now, with every email system, it's going to be a little bit different. So wanted to put that out there, but there is a way to do it. Where there's a will, there's a way. The more segmented you could do, the better results you're going to get. But if this kind of freaks you out, don't worry about it. Just keep it basic and email it to everyone. Day number 2, the offer is going to go live. So this will be the second email that you're going to send out. So make sure that you have a really compelling offer announcement. You might play around a little bit with giving the first 5 people a gift with purchase or something like that. This is a great way to get rid of extra inventory. So you want to get a lot of anticipation and excitement on the front end so that you're making it really easy for them to jump in early and you're giving them a reason to buy right away. So that's a really great idea. Give them some sort of gift with purchase or some sort of special incentive to purchase right away. So assuming we're doing a 5-day promotion, we maybe skip day 3. You can send an email out every day, but if that doesn't feel good to you, then you can skip day 3. And on day 4, you can do a reminder of the offer. You can do a countdown until the offer is going away or tell them that the holiday's approaching, don't miss out. Don't be silly and be like the last minute gift giver, whatever. Get kitschy, like think of different ideas outside of the box. So you can send the email to non-buyers and those who didn't open the first email only if you want to like segment a little bit more. And then you could also create a separate email to the people who maybe did open but didn't actually like get to your site or something like that. That's a little bit different. So that's like you can send basically like the same email but 2 different versions based on where they are in the segmented list. So day number 5, you can send another email to those who didn't open and say, hey, did you see this yet? Make sure that you get in on it before it's too late. And then day number 6, you can send one email to everyone, excluding the people who actually purchased already. You can send one email later in the day to only those who didn't open the email or those who clicked on the link to purchase but didn't actually purchase. And those who opened and clicked but didn't buy and are hot leads. So do you get that? You can send an email later in the days to those who didn't open the email or those who clicked on the link to purchase but didn't buy. It would be those who actually opened the email and clicked but didn't buy, and they are tagged as hot leads. So that's a great way that you can send 2 emails out that same day. Like, don't miss out on this. And then this might sound a little complicated, so we're going to try and keep it simple. So I want to get you to try to start thinking about segmenting a little bit more. You can do it on the front end and just segment your list into smaller groups so you don't get unsubscribes while you're promoting, if that's something that works, or try this thing. And on a final note, there's other things that you can do with email marketing that work really well to capture people who actually didn't buy. So the first one is creating a really compelling abandoned cart sequence. That's something that's really important, is creating a sequence. So if someone puts something in their shopping cart, that they're getting a follow-up email sequence like, say, hey, we're still waiting for checkout, or don't miss out on this, like grab it before it's gone. And then if you want to get really ninja, you can, use retargeting ads that focus on people who abandon carts and get them on Facebook and get them back to actually purchase, which is, there's so many different strategies you can do, but those are a little bit more advanced marketing strategies to think about. So as far as the abandoned cart sequences go, Klaviyo, that email marketing system that I mentioned before, or I've mentioned a few times, has abandoned cart sequence emails built in. Some of the other email providers do as well. Or if you have a Shopify site, you can use an app that actually plugs into your shopping cart that will do abandoned cart email sequences for you. All right. So remember that we are here to support you in this. And if you feel overwhelmed by all this, don't worry about it. Just keep it simple and, on the right path, and send emails to everyone on your list. If you feel overwhelmed by the segmenting piece, no big deal. But make sure that you're sending enough emails so that people actually see your offer. So I decided to create a download to go with this episode so you can check out how to segment your list, or just a simple strategy for creating an email campaign or offer using this basic, simple list segmentation, I should say. See, this is what happens when I talk too fast. I start making up words. Segmentating, I don't think is a word. Anyway, make sure you download the simple segmentation strategies to sell more via email blueprint over on the show notes. It's going to be a super awesome download, and I hope you'll grab it. And just to wrap this up, I hope that you're going to really take what you've learned today and put it into action. So I'd like to remind you about Pretty Little Profits, the 5-day jewelry promotion challenge. And I hope you're going to join us for that because it's going to be a really amazing, super tight and right, short 5-day challenge to help you get into action and creating super killer jewelry promotions for your next holiday, for the next time you want to have a flash sale, for the next time that you want to offer something for Mother's Day. Hint, hint, it's coming up right around the corner. So we've designed this just for you so you can get into action and get this stuff working because implementation is really the key. It's important that you are actually not just learning how to do things, but actually doing them, right? That's why we're spending all this time listening to podcasts and stuff like that. So make sure you join us for the Pretty Little Profits, the 5-day jewelry promo challenge. You can join that over at flourishthriveacademy.com/promo challenge. That's flourishthriveacademy.com/promo challenge. All right. And just to get you excited, we're going to wrap up that challenge with a great masterclass. It's going to teach you about more tools that you can use to make all this stuff a lot easier in your business. So stay tuned for that because it's going to be amazing. All right, you guys, it's Tracy Matthews signing off this time. I am excited to bring you an awesome episode. Next week's episode, it's going to be all about killer content creation ideas. Hello. I think we all can use a little bit more creativity and excitement. So I'm going to give you some killer creative content creation ideas and help you sort of get out of that unstuck mode into more creative zones so that you're thinking about different ways to market your jewelry brand and sell more jewelry. I love marketing. I don't know why I love it so much because it is actually so creative. I know a lot of designers get stuck on that, but the marketing piece is so fun. Okay, I'm going to talk for like another 2 hours if I don't exit this episode, if I start going down the marketing rabbit hole. Anyway, have an awesome day, you guys. Thanks so much for listening to me. Until next time, this is Tracy Matthews signing off. And thanks so much for listening to the show today. Bye-bye.